up the shit for a while now. Got me high now. She don't love me, but she's singing my songs. I don't feel much pain. Got a knife in my back.
Hello everybody. It is 4:10 and I'm just getting ready for work. I got some cereal, some coffee. Nah, I need milk.
From the 5-0, where did all the lines go? Now I'm so high, I be fucking with my eyes closed. She don't fuck with me no more, I'm on her mind though. Come and fuck me in the morning with the blinds closed. I could show you everything I learned while you were away from me. Running away from me, but I'm not giving up on you. It's just the way I be. It's just the way I see things. Take her away from me, but I'm not giving up on you. No, it's just the way I be. It's just the way I see things.
It is now currently about 5:50. Just doing work. I've been listening to the David Lade podcasts. And yeah, just working along, getting through the day. You know. It is now almost 2:30. Getting excited. Today is chest. Pretty sure the last video I recorded, it was also chest day. But yeah, day's almost over. It's almost time to hit the gym. Hello. So, got on here to tell you guys my little story I got. Why I got into fitness in the first place. And how exactly. First thing was that mainly was I was always like a little heavier kid growing up. So there's that. No one ever really like picked on me or anything. No one ever really like bullied me or nothing. But the main thing that caused me to start working out was a long time ago. I was hanging out with these people. Their mom and this dude left, right? And so we were like, we're kids, you know. So it was like, okay, let's go out of the house. Let's leave. Let's go hang out somewhere. I'm like, okay. So we start walking these railroad tracks, right? And just walking forever. And then we finally come across something weird that it intrigued us. So we went out there. And what it was just like a field of mud. Just a straight field of mud. But it wasn't like wet mud. It was like really dry. And we're all having fun. Just hanging around this like decrepit looking area. And all of a sudden it just started sprinkling. We didn't think nothing of it, just kept going along. And one person I was hanging out with decided to run mad far out into like the middle of the place. She sunk right down, so me and her brother went out and went to go help her, and I ended up getting stuck in the process. And just within seconds, I was pretty heavy for my age. And just within seconds, I'm already like waist deep and I can't touch the bottom or anything. So like I'm still like sinking and sinking and sinking. To the point where it got to the point where they're like, okay, so when they figured out they couldn't get me out, they called up the stepdad, because he was this like big bodybuilder and his arms were crazy huge. He was just an overall large person, and they rushed down to come get us. And this guy, he comes and tries to pick me up out of the ground. He can't. So what he tries doing, he finds this tire to stand on so he doesn't sink himself. And he literally had to hook me underneath my arms and yank me out of the ground. And it worked. Like, it really worked. I was able to get out. He got me out. And I was so scared. Like, I really thought that was about to be my time. Like, no joke. I wasn't accepting it, obviously. I was freaking out. But I seen him. Like, I seen the stepdad again. Like a couple of weeks, or no, not a couple of weeks, maybe like, it was like the same weekend. Because it happened during the week, and then they came over the next weekend to like talk about what happened and everything. Hang out with my parents and such. He literally showed me. He literally like had tears in his biceps from like where he was straining to like pull me out of the mud, because from like the suction and like how heavy of a little kid I was. But no, after that, my parents were like, you know what? It's time. It's time to get good old Malachi into fitness. Because at first it was like, hey, this is for your own good. We want you to do this so you can feel safer, you can be stronger, and you'll be able to get yourself out of situations if anything ever happened like that again. Because I had no strength. This was before I started doing any sort of thing. And I started off, actually, I know, because I was about 11 years old. Yeah, 11, 12 years old is when I started doing fitness. I was doing like T25 cardio, Jillian Michaels with my mom. I had this like Tae Bo DVD where it was like karate lessons on like DVD, and all my friends, I had like a neighborhood where like all the kids were like friends, and they were all playing inside, and I'm just inside grinding to my karate Tae Bo DVD. And it was just so funny to me. But no, a little ways down the line, my dad, we moved out of the house. We got a nice, great big basement. And my parents started to find like free stuff, like free weightlifting stuff on the side of the road. And at this time, I was about 14, 13. And it was like, you know what? I want to start weightlifting. I want to start getting stronger. I want to start putting some meat on these bones. Because around around the same time as when I hit puberty. And so I just got, well, not super tall, but I blew up from where I was, and all of the weight just pretty much went to my height, and I became like really super skinny. And I was like, dude, no, this can't be happening. I gotta get bigger. So, started weight training. I was at that age, so started doing it. And long story short, weightlifted for about 2 years, 15 or 16, give or take. And I'm hanging out with my buddy during the summer. I was just about to get into football season in middle school, and I break my foot. I break my foot in his backyard playing football with his dog. I had the ball, I was juking out the dog and everything, and there was like this little divot in the gravel that we were playing in their backyard. And it must have been just enough where I like rolled my ankle. Like, here's my foot, here's the side of it where the growth plate is. I rolled it, but instead of hurting my ankle, I cracked my growth plate. That took a while to heal, and it put me out of commission for forever, I remember. And the only thing I could do was, I at least try to do like some weight training, like light arms, light shoulders. That's why my arms and shoulders and my upper body is a little bit bigger than my lower body, because I had to take some time off. Because I had a boot on that was like this big that I couldn't take off unless I was sleeping. But then a little ways down the line, after my foot got healed, I got into football, completed my first season in 9th grade. And then after football, I got into these boxing classes that my school were doing after school. And I really got into it. I was like, man, I really like this. I like boxing. I like moving around. And then I started getting better at that. I started getting better at weightlifting. But then I was going to get a fight set up on St. Patrick's Day. But the weekend before St. Patrick's Day, I went out skating with my friend. I was probably 16, 15 at the time. Went out skating with my friend, and I fell off my skateboard, front flipped off it. And if I wouldn't have moved my head, like at just the right time, I would have hit my head right off the ground. But I moved my head, but all of my weight, I tried to catch myself, but I wasn't fast enough. It was just so fast, so instant. Completely got thrown off it, and all my weight landed right on my right shoulder, cracked my collarbone. It's pretty visible, actually. Like, you can look at it and definitely tell I broke it. How it's misshapen and everything. There it is. A misshapen collarbone that's rounded. But that put me out for like 6 months, dude. It took so long to heal because like 2 weeks later, after I cracked it, I sat up out of bed one morning and it just completely broke right in half. I was so sad. But then after I got healed, I started slowly getting back into things. And before I broke my collarbone, like 14, 15-year-old putting up like, I don't know what it was, like 50-pound dumbbells for reps. Like, for reps. Probably like 3 sets of 10. And just doing it. And I was like pretty proud of myself at the time. But then all that stuff happened. Put me out of commission for a while. And then ever since then, it's just been mainly, ever since I got healed, it was straight back to boxing. I got a new coach. I started getting better. I started getting better with my kicks, my grappling, everything. But then I kind of neglected weightlifting because I was like devoting all my time into MMA. But then recently, we moved, before we moved, we had this little workout station outside of the house. So we would just go working out. And for now, I've been consistently training probably for, I'd say, almost 2 years now. I started back up weightlifting in April of this year, when I was trying to lose weight, because I got like almost 200 pounds. And my dad, we had this workout station outside. So it's almost been a year since I've started lifting back up again in April. And I've been just working up my strength, trying to get it up. Most I've ever benched was 205 for 1. Deadlift was 300, but that was before I broke my collarbone in the beginning stages of high school. Squat. I never really squatted that much. The most I've ever gotten was 235. But I'm starting to work on all that more, because I like to do my compound movements so I can get stronger and all that. You know, it's been a real crazy ride, but now I'm devoted into weightlifting. I'm devoted into my MMA. Haven't been doing much MMA yet because of COVID and everything. It all got shut down. But I've been slowly getting back into everything. My main goal is to get a fight sometime next year when I have my license and I can start driving my car, so I can go to my coach and start training. Because my main goal is to become a personal trainer, only have to work part-time, so then I'm making like $28+ an hour being a personal trainer, working part-time, and being able to still weightlift, go to my trainer, get my pad work in, get my glove work in, and really get back into like the swing of things. And like, that's really what my main goal is. I've always wanted to like see myself up on the TV fighting, and I really just want to see myself there. Like, that's where I want to be. I want to be the top of what I do. I don't want to do nothing half. I don't want to do nothing to my not full potential. Like, honestly, I've always told myself, like, I'm going to be the top. Like, I'm going to be the next. When I get there, I am going to be the top of the UFC. I guarantee it. I just have that mindset, and nothing could change the way I think about that. And even when I'm like off season, not fighting, I would also like to step on stage every once in a while in natural bodybuilding and see where I go in there. Compete in my height and weight class, win some trophies, win some money, and yeah. I don't really know how this is all gonna pan out yet. I'm still only 18. 18 and losing my hair. Crying so bad. If anybody has any tips for hair loss, please let me know. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of me talking. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Like this.